I tried to get away from this, but I guess my life is this. I am surrounded by a lot of controversy. I tried to stay quiet, do my thing. The reason why I got kicked out to begin with was because it was controversial. And came back, try to stay quiet, do my thing, but now I'm getting back into controversy. I don't like it. I want to stop. I want to be at peace. But there are problems that I see. Problems that I see that needs to be fixed. And this is a taboo subject when I talk about racism, when I talk about discrimination. And this is something that I think, even though some people might be upset, I think is something that we could all learn from as far as analyzing the situation. Now, I'm stating some facts of what's going on as far as the Chinese or even the Asian American population is concerned in America. When I talk about what's going on, an example, not too long ago, there's an article that I read about the movie Ghost in the Shell. It's supposed to be a movie starring a Japanese woman, but then they, instead of having a Japanese woman as the lead role, they put Scarlett Johansson, threw some black hair on her, and then put her in the main role that's supposed to be for a Japanese woman. So the article is saying that they whitewashed the movie and that people are very upset about that. I'm not the only one that sees stuff like this. This is actually going on. There's another movie called Great Wall of China. It's supposed to be a Chinese movie. And the movie stars Matt Damon. Alright, another movie. The Last Samurai. It's supposed to be about the Japanese culture. It should star a Japanese man. Who does it star? Tom Cruise. And there's people that have been complaining about this all over the internet. It's not just me. So, another movie, Birth of the Dragon, just came out. Supposedly it's supposed to be about Bruce Lee. But it stars a white man. Bruce Lee, during his time, came up with the idea of this Kung Fu TV show. He wrote the script to star himself. They didn't give him the role. They gave it to David Carradine. So, as far as mass market in Aikido, you don't know, Aikido is a Japanese martial art. You don't see any Japanese face to Aikido. Who do you think of when you think about Aikido? Steven Seagal. The list goes on and on about what's going on with Hollywood whitewashing the Asian arts. And the Asians are supposed to be known for the martial arts and their unique expression of it. But everything's being whitewashed. So I'm simply stating the fact. Kung Fu does not belong to the non-Chinese. It belongs to the Chinese. It was created by the Chinese. It is unique Chinese expression. And the face of Kung Fu needs to be a Chinese person. It needs to be a Bruce Lee. It needs to be a Jet Li. or Donnie Yen or even a Jackie Chan. That's why they call it Chinese martial arts. That's all I'm saying. That the authority of Kung Fu is Chinese. And if you think about it, you think about the controversy between Bruce Lee and Yip Man and the Wing Chun community back then, and how they didn't want to teach the non-Chinese the Chinese martial arts because they were worried that the non-Chinese would learn it and use it against them. And essentially, that is exactly what happened with the MMA, cage fighting, and with just the teaching of it. So now, when it comes to the Chinese martial arts, they try to make it appear as if the Chinese are not qualified to teach their own arts. That you need a non-Chinese person to teach the Chinese martial arts. And I disagree with that. The Chinese people need to reclaim what belongs to them. They need to teach it the right way. And I just feel that we need to be more accurate, more precise in how we choose to label what we do. So, there is a difference between Chinese martial arts, Japanese martial arts, Filipino martial arts, Thai martial arts. There's a difference between them. And boxing, and kickboxing, and MMA, Aikido, Hapkido, Taekwondo, Korean martial arts, Ninjutsu, Jeet Kune Do, Wing Chun. You know, fact of the matter is, we are the same in a respect, but then also we are all different. That's why we all have different names. So what I'm saying is, don't say that your name is something that it's not. So if your name is Brad Pitt, don't tell people that you're George Clooney. Even if you do look alike. If you're Jackie Chan, don't tell people that you're Donnie Yen. So all I'm saying is, if you're Caucasian, don't say that you're Chinese. If you're Chinese, don't say that you're Caucasian. If you're both, then be honest about that. I'm both. That's all I'm saying. Be accurate with your descriptions and what you do, what you practice, what you teach, who you are. So, a Chinese person should claim the Chinese martial arts, or he should just claim the broad term martial arts that anybody could claim. If a Caucasian man has no Chinese roots in him, then in my eyes, he should not claim the Chinese martial arts unless he's received permission from a living Chinese master in the martial arts. That's how I see it. I feel that it's important that we take responsibility in how we choose to label our practices. Just like right now in the fitness industry, okay, anybody could say that they practice fitness training, strength training. Anybody could say that they do strength training. Anybody could say, I'll teach you how to strength train. But not everybody could say, hey, you know, I'll legitimately teach you P90X or I'll legitimately teach you Zumba, or I'll legitimately teach you Pilates. These are coined trademarks of creations that people need to go through special training to get certified in order to legitimately train people in those areas. And that's where I'm getting at. These labels, Tai Chi, Wing Chun, Chole Fut, Praying Mantis, Eagle Claw, Kung Fu, all these Kung Fu brands, they have the same type of responsibility in which to properly communicate to the public what you actually teach. So all I'm saying is to be accurate with and very, very, very descriptive in what you truly do, what you truly teach, and who you really are. There's a difference between MMA right now and regular martial arts and Kung Fu and Karate and Jeet Kune Do and Muay Thai boxing. It's just time and time again I see people just taking whatever labels that they want to take and claiming it as if they created it, as if it's their own. And that to me is wrong. That aspect of this martial arts community needs to be changed. And people need to be properly educated into which label they are truly representing, if any at all. If you want to do away with all these labels, then don't claim martial arts at all. You're just a regular human being. You don't practice or teach any art form. And you're just expressing it according to your heart, and you're not involved in this drama. But once you start getting into teaching it professionally and you're starting to share it to other people, and then you start misinforming other people, then that's where there's a lot of issues right there. When you tell somebody that cage fighting is martial arts, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is ninjutsu, Power Rangers is karate, Kung Fu Panda is kung fu. I mean, this is where I'm getting at. Something to think about, but not something to get mad about. I just want people to think about these things and to just grow.